going on, guys? We're back for part 2 of this YZ 125 rebuild. Today we're going to be messing with the engine, so let's go ahead and check it out. We got the motor on the table right now. I've already taken the liberty and cleaned it up some. It's not brand new, but it's at least cleaned off. There was a bunch of silicone right here, and I think this is like the drain plug for the water system, the cooling system. So we'll have to address that and check that out. But overall, it's in good shape. No major flaws or anything like that. So we're gonna take this thing all the way apart. We're gonna have to change the crank in here. So let's go ahead and start taking it apart. Alright guys, I'm not exactly sure what happened to the footage, but I got the bike, or the motor, all the way torn down, and we can go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Alright, so we got the clutch side all taken apart. It looks really good in here for the most part. All the bearings seem to be nice and free. Nothing seems to be too out of the ordinary. You can see a little bit of dirt and debris down there at the bottom. So we're gonna have to really clean this thing out. The gear side looks pretty good as well. You can see down there, this is where the crank would have been. And there's a lot of junk down in there, so that's not ideal. But yeah, looks pretty good for the most part. We got the cylinder right here. This is gonna be getting sent off to Power Seal USA to get replated here soon. So it's going to be probably a couple weeks before I get that cylinder back. So we might be waiting on that thing for a while to get this motor finished up. But if I can at least get the bottom end put together and just wait on the cylinder, that's it's not too bad. The clutch, definitely going to need some work. Either clean that thing off or just get a new one. And yeah, the water pump, same thing. Gonna try and clean it, reuse it if I can. I did think that the Kickstarter was broken initially, but seems to be in pretty good shape. So we're gonna reuse that thing. And yeah, that's pretty much the entire bottom end. This is the crank, got the crank taken out. You can see the bluing right there on the crank, so that bearing definitely failed. But even this this bearing right here, it's got some junk in it, but it still rotates a little bit. Ooh, that's actually pretty rough. Got the piston right here too. I already showed you guys that. Piston really doesn't look too bad. I would think that this would still be running had it not locked up the bottom end. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire bottom end taken apart. All the goodies. And this is the gear side, I guess, the left side crankcase. I've got it pretty much all cleaned out. There's a nice gouge right there, so I wonder if something got hung up or something inside the cylinder or inside the crankcase, because it's a decent little gouge, but it goes in, not out. So yeah, all the bearings in there are in good shape. I put some oil in them, some of the 927 oil, just to keep them in good shape for now. That is pretty much the entire bottom end taken apart. Gonna need a couple of new things, but we're gonna be waiting on the cylinder. That's gonna take quite a while. And I've also got some good news. So I told you guys I bought this thing without the title, and I'm actually going through a process through the DMV and then actually through the clerk of court, and I should be able to get the title for this thing. It might take like 45 days to 60 days or something like that, but we should be able to get the title, and it's actually not terribly expensive. So if you guys want like a follow-up video or something like that that actually kind of describes in detail on how to get the title for a bike, I can kind of show you guys the process, because it's not impossible. You do need a couple of things prior to, you can't just walk in there and get the title for it. You do need like a signed bill of sale. The bike can't be stolen, can't have like a lien or anything like that against it. But there is a way to get a title for a bike that you bought without a title. So it's pretty good news. I'm pretty excited about that. And this thing should go a long way. Once I get the title, it might be worth something. So pretty excited about that. On other news, we're just gonna be waiting for stuff for a while. So I won't be able to put out part 3 of this probably for like a month or so, because I'm just going to be waiting on the cylinder to come back from its service. The Power Seal guys say once it gets there, it takes 3 to 4 weeks for them to process it. It's just a demand thing. There's just a lot of people sending their cylinders out to them, so it's just going to take a minute. So it's kind of a bummer. I was debating on just buying a new cylinder, but it's almost twice the price if you can find them, and I only found like 3 or 4 different people that were selling them, and 2 of them were on eBay, and they're about twice the price for an OEM stock cylinder. I really don't want to go with Athena on this route. Nothing against them. Most of their products are really good, but I've had bad luck with them in the past, and I'd rather go OEM or higher quality than OEM. And I think Athena is below OEM quality. Just being honest, their machine work just doesn't seem the best. So not gonna waste the money on something like that, and I'd rather spend more money and get something that's gonna actually last. These Yamaha bikes are made really good, so having something that would last would be really awesome. So pretty excited about that. But yeah, we're gonna be waiting a little while for part 3, so don't get too upset. We're just gonna be waiting on parts on this thing, but I'm gonna film a video actually tomorrow with the go-kart. There is a test and tune day for that thing. So if you guys are excited about that or wanna check it out, that'll be posted probably Sunday, because today is Friday at the time of recording this. I'm about to post a video right now. But yeah, we'll record that, probably upload it on Sunday, because tomorrow's Saturday. Well, I guess today. And get that thing pretty dialed in on the track. I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it right now, guys. I do appreciate it. If you could like the video or subscribe, that's awesome. Really helps me out a lot. Small creators, man, you gotta support them. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you later.